It's your birthday.
It's her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday.
Wow, it's been a long hiatus, long little break.
Yes, it has. Too long.
Yeah, too long. But we're back, guys. So without further ado, hey mom.
Hey, son.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bonding with Maiden and Sada, the first Black mother and son podcast.
I am Brooklyn Potts, aka Mader.
And I'm James Eaton, aka Sater. And you're
I
going
am.
again.
Yeah, I'm getting a phone call, but I'm going to decline it.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be back.
You are back. You are indeed back.
Okay.
Yep. So um I don't know, like I guess you should explain to the listeners like why we were going. I think it's more so on my end than anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like a lot of like trips and stuff like back to back. I had to go down south, then I had to go to Detroit for like 2 weeks for like a graduation for family. Then I went to Houston. Then I brought back family back from Detroit to Cali to stay for a few days, and it was a whole bunch of money spent. And I thought I was good. Yeah, apparently I was not. And then I thought I was good on rent because I, qualified for some relief, and apparently I was not. So it was
Oh,
like,
God.
yeah. I came back from Houston like almost broke, but all right, boom. I get my next check, this week. I'll be fine. Like I get paid every week, I'll be fine. Then it's like, all right, now when you broke, I talked to my landlord. It's like, hey, by the way, you kind of owe us some money. So it's like, oh, okay, this. And it's like, oh. So right when I was ready to like get back into the swing of things, I had to, start working overtime and catch up on life and adult stuff. So yeah, that's my story on my end. So I'm kind of just getting back to on level ground with all that, but I didn't want this podcast to die or me abandon it completely. I'm almost mad that because we had a good run. We was doing back to back episodes. I think at least like 10 in a row before we had to start like or putting out the test episodes we did a few months back and all that. But we were pretty consistent, and I want to get back to that for sure. So here we are, and that's my story.
Some of that's news to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah. I
Oh,
knew you had a lot of trips, scheduled and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Um, so, you've covered a lot of territory, I would say, with flying back and forth. You didn't even come here, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. I think I went on one trip while you were gone.
Where'd
I
you
think
go?
I went to Virginia Beach. I went to Virginia Beach with some friends. We rode the motorcycles down.
But Cayman was with you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we rode the motorcycles. Yeah.
Oh,
So we did
I
that.
know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we went there. It was like a weekend trip. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much it. A couple of times I guess I was busy a little bit, a little bit too, but not to the extent that you were.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
pretty hectic, but I made it through.
Mhm.
I'm richer for the experience for sure. So but I mean,
Nice.
look, also you renovated your office, turn your, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I painted. That's as far as I've gotten. I hang some curtains. I do
Mm-hmm.
have a desk, but I got stuff all over the place. I won't actually show it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice little space. I kind of moved my camera because I had some stuff over here on the what's that called, a futon. So it's
Yeah.
like a office space slash, if
Guest room.
somebody got the guest room is over on the other side, but if somebody had to stay here, they could sleep in here too. So
Okay, that's
yeah.
nice. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, and then also it's your
It's
birthday.
her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. I want you to play. Want you to play Luke. The Luke birthday song.
Uncle Luke, like the raunchy stuff. Like, what you mean, Luke?
Well, I mean, that's the kind of clean version, of it. Just it's a birthday song that he sings.
Yeah, I don't think legally I can do that, but
I mean, hey, Luke, we don't own the
sing it.
rights to
Yeah,
this song,
I don't know the
but it's my
song.
birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. You don't know it. You don't.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
do the pots and pans, the clink, 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 clink.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a
That's been
tradition.
tradition. That's
Mm-hmm.
been tradition since y'all were little. We would wake you guys up, literally beating on pots and pans with spoons and
Mm-hmm.
tops and stuff. Yeah, we did
Yeah, I
that.
think I'm gonna carry on that tradition with my kids in the future.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
How was your
pots and pans.
How was your birthday?
You know what? It was good. I probably didn't get out of bed till about 10 o'clock, and my husband took me to breakfast. Came and took me to breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
We ate. Where did we eat? This little bagel shop we just patronized locally. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know the name of it. You know how you just pass by, a place and you're like, oh, I'm going to stop in there one day and I'm going to eat. So we
Yeah.
went there. It was pretty good. And I had a kind of like a late lunch with Haley and her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They
Where'd y'all
took
go?
me to. We went to Sakura's.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
The how about
apparently.
it's
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, the little hibachi places over in Cross Keys. So I like the sushi and I like the sushi.
Cross Keys.
Yeah, it's kind of like up from where I live at.
Really? Oh, so there's
It,
another one.
it's yeah, and it's kind of like in between where Haley's boyfriend live and where I live.
Yeah.
So they came and picked me up
Mhm.
and it was nice.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. I've been gone for so long. I haven't even met my sister's boyfriend or anything. It's so much stuff has changed. Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah, he's you know what? He's really nice. You would really like him.
I'm sure I would. I've
I
everyone seems to like him from what I've heard and in the few interactions I've had with him just with talking to Haley, on the phone. He seems like a really cool dude. So
He
yeah.
is. He's a good
Mhm.
guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't get into your age or anything, but like what has
I
been
am
go ahead.
54.
54. 5
54.
4.
54.
54. So
I don't
what
mind telling anybody.
that's good. You don't
Yeah.
look it at all.
Oh, well, thank you. You're my son. You have to say that.
No, I'm sure people would agree. The listeners or the viewers that watch this would agree that you do not look 54. I just found out that
Mhm.
Lawrence Fishburne is only 60.
Yeah, you know what? He's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
The same age as my oldest sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought he was much older because he looks older, but he doesn't look bad. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't
Hmm.
look bad at all, but he does look older than I thought he was.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
He's just been around. He's just been around for so long.
yeah, yeah, and that too, yeah, because like, what? Well, remember the movie Cornbread Earl and Me? Yeah,
Yes.
that was like his like first movie when he was like 11 or something like that. So that probably came out in
Hmm.
like the 70s. But
Hmm.
even like Boys in the Hood that came out in like the 90s and like School Days and all that. So he's been around for a real long time. So that's why I felt like he was like much older.
But you know what? I think he looks the same. I don't think he's like aged like a whole lot. He's just always looked. If he was if he looked old back then, he still looks the same.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
If that makes any sense, yeah.
it does. It does. Because some people like they look like completely different people when they get older, for sure. And he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. Like he still looks the same for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Mm-hmm.
like he grew into himself, kind of like,
Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Um. So I know your whole thing with like growing up was like you didn't really have a lot of like pictures from when you were young. And remember,
No.
you was waiting like in the mail for like a picture of you when you was like 11, and everyone's so excited because no one has seen what you look like and whatnot. Man, I wish
Yeah.
I definitely had this picture of my phone. I didn't have time to pull it up. I would have
Mm-hmm.
had the slideshow over here. You look exactly the same, like
You think
exactly
so?
this. Yes, but not in a bad way.
Well,
But like I
mm-hmm.
would think you would look like something would change. You know what I mean? Like you would look different. Like to me, like my
Right.
dad, like he doesn't really look the same from when he was a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting that, but not really. There is this one picture of you when you was like 4 that you kind of look like Lacey a bit. That Lacey's are your youngest child, my youngest sister. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one when we were fishing. I think is that the one? And we were on these rocks. There's other kids around me.
Oh, not that one. Not that one. There's
Oh.
one where I think it's you, VC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had that ponytail sticking straight up in my
You're like, yeah.
so I was more like
Oh yeah, more like something like yeah. You was doing something,
that's how I
something
was.
to that
Yep.
effect.
Mm-hmm. I was VC and Chris,
Mm-hmm.
two of my cousins.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, that was Chris. Who did you think it was?
I thought it was Earl.
No, that was
Mm-hmm.
Chris.
Okay.
Cousin Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So is
As a matter of fact, that was Jonathan that just called that interruption.
oh, okay.
So he just called. Sorry, I declined you, Jonathan. I'm gonna call you back if you're listening.
So any more like festivities for the day or that's it?
No, I listen. I had these two drinks. They're called the Dancing Girl,
Mm.
and they are. I get it every time I go. They're really good. All you need is two. So thank God I wasn't driving.
At Sakura's?
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that the correct way, but it's okay.
I
So
always say it's Shakir. Nobody can pronounce it like Haley and Khadija. They love that
oh,
place.
they love that. Yeah,
Se-
they. Hmm.
Securers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't say it right.
yeah.
Apparently, there's one out here in California,
Oh, okay,
but it's like kind of
okay,
a ways. I think I want to go there for my birthday
okay.
because everyone like out here they go to Korean barbecue. You ever had Korean barbecue?
No. Mm-mm.
So it's literally the dumbest. I want to curse because that's how dumb it is, but of course I will not. But it's
Hmm.
the dumbest crap in the world. You literally go there, you sit down. There's like a little grill at your table, and they bring out food, uncooked food for you to cook.
For you to cook?
For you to cook, and it's
Oh.
just like meat, like a thing of meat, a thing of rice. You cook it. Oh,
Uh,
here's your rice. Here's your meat. Here's your steak. You know what I
so
mean?
who's is it one person cooking or
Is
everybody cooking?
is one person cooking? It can be two. I told people every time they invite me there, I'm not cooking nothing because I'm not cooking nothing. If I'll go,
Really?
but I'm not cooking anything while I'm there. Y'all can
That's
serve
just
me, or that's so dumb. Yeah.
that's because you don't cook.
Well, no,
So
I'm
I
cooking,
mean you do cook. You
but
cook, but it's not like that's not a comfortable thing, I would think, for you to do,
no, not at all.
you
Especially
know.
like out in public in front of people. You know what I mean? And I'm paying for it. I'm paying to cook to go out and cook. Like that's weird.
So
And
they should all tip you. They should all tip you if you're the cook.
yeah, it's always
Yeah.
packed because people think that's just a thing to do. Like they love it out
Uh,
here.
what's the name of it?
It's called Jen's.
Jins.
Yeah, GEN's Korean barbecue. And I guess that's
And
what
it.
Korean barbecue is. Like you they give you the food to cook. Like that's the thing.
Hmm,
Mhm.
it's different.
It's different. It's just like maybe if I didn't go to Sakura's and have that
Mm-hmm.
experience, then going here, like I'm thinking it's like that. But the first time I went, I'm like, oh, word, it's probably like Sakura's, like, you know what I mean? It's different
Mm-hmm.
Sakura's out here. I go there, I'm like, we gotta cook the food. Like,
So how many people did you go with and who cooked?
I went with Justin and them a few years back. Justin cooked because I made it clear that I was not cooking.
Mm-hmm.
We probably went like a couple of times, and then when my friends from work, they invited me out and they cooked because they always make fun of me about it. Like the last
Well,
time they
well,
invited me out, I was like, "Yo, I was literally just telling someone that I hate this place, and they invited me out to go there." Yeah,
so was the food good each time you went? Did they cook pretty good? I mean,
it's pretty good. Their brisket is pretty good when it's cooked
well,
and everything.
yeah, I don't understand that
Yeah,
because
and
yeah.
here's the worst part. Here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot take any food home.
I guess yeah, I don't think I would like that either because I'd feel like you know,
I would never take none of you guys
because
there.
yeah, cooking is something I always do. So no, I wouldn't.
Have you ever been to is there even a Benihana's in Jersey?
I'm just gonna lose this one.
Yeah, it's fine.
A a, a Benny Hunters?
Yeah, you never heard of that?
No, no, never heard of that one.
Essentially it's like the same thing. Like the same type of
Mm-hmm.
restaurant, I guess, but it's supposed to be like the I don't know, I think it's probably like how like Red Lobster is not really a nice restaurant, but people kind of like pretend like it is.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, don't say that because a lot of people love Red Lobsters.
Well, yeah, it's a good restaurant. I'm not saying it's a bad restaurant, but
I
people
don't like it. I don't care for it. I think it's too commercial. It's too,
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
it's marketed like I don't even think it's marketed that way. I think just people like just view it as, oh, let me get like we going to Red Lobster. You know what I mean? Like it's one
Yeah, I
of those
never
type of
did.
places. I think that's the
Hmm.
same type of thing with Benihana. Like I honestly think it's probably not even really like all that as far as like it being like a. It's not like going to Roof Chris. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah, Roof Chris is the best.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I
Yeah,
don't
Roof Chris is
there might
good.
be a Roof Chris out here. I think the thing out here is like Fleming's or like it's bougie out here. So like it's
Yeah, they have
5-star
I think they
restaurants.
have Flemings. I think they have Flemings here. I never ate there, but
Mm-hmm.
Roof Chris is really. We went there for an anniversary one time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was truly um good.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and your brother Tyus used to work there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I always told him he was bugging. Because you had to
Why? What?
you was working there. Like that's not an easy job. You're working. You're
He was.
he was good though.
Yeah.
He was good.
Hmm.
Ty,
Hmm.
that's one thing about Ty is he's a great worker wherever he does, but like
Yeah.
could not be me. That's not the job for James.
No.
Yeah, nah,
No.
it's not even so like I'm like looking down on it. It's like no, I think I am incapable of doing that job. Like carry like a bunch of food on one hand, and I'm the
Hmm.
clumsiest person you can meet. So
Oh God.
that would not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go ahead and admit it. Just go ahead and you don't have to do the whole mom thing. Like my baby can. No, he can't.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on
Yeah,
that one.
just go ahead and budge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I agree.
1 year older, wiser. What is one thing? What difference has a year made? What is one thing you took away from your 53rd
Hmm.
year? Mm.
Well, I'm gonna, last year, let me see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So we were about 5 months in COVID
Mm.
last year. So, life was taking a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs and ins and outs. I think what I've taken away from it is you can't always respond to and react, what's the word, uh, negatively or when situations arises.
Mm-hmm.
I think some things you have to take time and just process things.
Mm-hmm.
And however long that takes, sometimes, I think we want to, or because we haven't processed, we want to respond and you know, react.
Mm.
And it could be, I don't want to say you can react to something too positive. I think you always want to look at the positive side. But I
Mm.
think the most quickest response is to react negatively,
Yes, for sure.
so
Mm.
I so I think my takeaway is just learn how to process, you know, let the process, you go, they always say how you it's the process, you want to look at the end result so quickly and respond that way. And
Mm.
usually that's negatively, but allow yourself to go through the process. I think that's, yeah.
That's what you learn, yeah. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's something we know, but it's like when a new situation arises, you kind of like forget about all that and you want it to go
Mm-hmm.
your way or wherever way you want it to go. And you forget that,
Mm-hmm.
everything is a process. That you're going to have to,
Mm-hmm.
just because you went through a process of something else doesn't mean you're not going to go through it with a new thing. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's always going to be a process with anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I learned that as
Mm-hmm.
well. Going through quarantine and everything is took a whole bunch of twists and turns. I feel like I've been at least three different people, during this whole this
Mm-hmm.
whole
Yeah, I can
quarantine.
agree with that. Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, working on my fourth. What you see right now, then nah, this this is almost over with. It's
Right.
gonna,
It's the,
it's
it's the
gonna be more.
process.
It's going. There's another J's coming. Don't you worry.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned that because well, I've already told you this, but the saving grace with quarantine and COVID and everything was right before COVID. I had got a new job and it was great. I only had to work 3 days, and that was enough to supplement my income from working 5 days at other places. And I was working like 5 minutes away from home, and it was just it was the perfect situation for the worst
Mm-hmm.
possible situation that was going on in the world. So I was pretty blessed during quarantine for sure to have that
Mm-hmm.
job. And now I didn't lose the job, but the store in which I work so close to home to is closing down. So it's pretty sad. I have I've made good friends with my coworkers and hung out with them outside of work, and I don't see me ending the
Wait.
friendship.
Wait. Wait. You said closing down. Like,
The
I
like
thought you said they were just gonna close because of this new variant and COVID.
No, it's they're shutting
Oh,
down. Yeah. Hmm.
okay. That's what
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so get finished because you said more.
Yeah.
There's more.
Oh man, where was going? Oh well, yeah. I made good friends there, and yeah, it's kind of sad
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you the ease and I got comfortable and all that, and then now it's like it's getting taken away. But the signs were there. It's not closing because of COVID, or maybe it is indirectly, but it's more so to cut costs. They had shut down a lot of stores when COVID hit, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of those people that I was working with during COVID came from other stores. So I worked with a lot of new people over the course of like this year and a half, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and everyone there is nice. It's honestly, if I could rank my jobs, this is by far the best job I've had out here since I moved to Cali, but it's probably my second favorite job overall. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's coming to an end, and after a year and a half, I think it's like I kind of saw it coming, but I think it's like a sign to like to pivot and focus on more things and try to like excel and go to the next level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll never have a job as convenient and as easy, and just that situation won't happen probably again. You know what I mean?
It may.
It may, but
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like that's
The process.
the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's bittersweet. It's sad, but I'm not like, oh my god, what am I gonna do now? Like I'll be fine. I'm low key kind of excited to like figure things out. I love change. That's the part of change I
Mm.
like. It's like, all right, what do I got to do? What do I have to change with myself? Like, what's going to come? How am I going to react? Like, I kind of like it. So the process is, it's scary, but it's like I'm anxious about it. I'm like itching. I'm ready, you know,
Mhm.
because I know it's coming. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's my thing with
Mm.
it. I know that probably seemed a little weird, but that's how I am with things like that. You know?
Yeah. Well, you can always come home.
Yeah, that's I can't do that.
You can.
I could, right? Yeah, you could. You could come on. And then and also this, I'm not fired or let go or anything. They're more than likely going to like have me go to another store. Or worst case scenario, I'll just like work at various stores throughout the week, every week. But I'll be fine. I'm not fired. I don't have to look for a new job. So, yeah.
Right. Well, were you I think you were telling me something about you were working someplace and you were gonna at one of those
Yeah,
transition and you were gonna see if they had
a spot. Yeah,
openings, a spot or something.
yeah. I already mentioned it to my boss, but that's those things are um ultimately not my decision. But I mean, to be proactive, that's kind of how I got the job at my store now. Like I was like,
Mhm.
I was going to go somewhere else, and I'm like, wait, I could work here. It's close to home. Blah blah blah. I was like, you know what? Let
Mhm.
me get ahead of this and see if I can work here. So it's going
Yeah.
to be the same thing.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't think you're gonna be without. I mean, like even, I mean, you already got something in there. Kind of like a bird in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
What's the saying? You got a bird in the hand beats two in the bush, but you're still gonna be working on other things because you're not really settled with really with where you're at and what you're doing.
No, and like I
You
said, it's a
know,
sign to
yeah,
move on and do the thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
one thing about you guys is that you're not as oh, the millennials. You guys do have I don't,
What is it?
a commitment. Um, I don't. You guys just you don't commit like we did.
Yes.
We got a job, we got a career, we had a, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the goal, and this is what we're gonna do, and everything was just set, and just we had to follow that path, and it worked for us.
Yeah.
For you guys, it's just that's
It's
not
not.
how you guys are built.
Yeah. I think it has more so to do with just the way of the world. I don't think things change as rapidly as it did when you guys were coming up. I think it
Yeah,
more or less
it
the.
took time to get to God to where we are now,
Mhm.
but I tell you, it just seems like things are going so fast now.
Yeah, extremely
It's
fast.
like it's a whirlwind, but you guys find a way to move right along with it,
Right. Yeah. So
you know?
and like I said, that's a lot of millennials for people my age group, for better or for worse. We're at a unique age. We remember how things were before the internet, before social media, and now with it. So we're just kind of like reacting to just all these new changes. So we're not so easy to. It's not even like it's not that we can't commit. It's more so that we're more adapting. We're
Hmm.
adapting, and it requires us to change and pivot. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
like the computer age, because yeah.
mhm. Yeah. So it can be one thing, and then all of a sudden, boom, this is no more. All right, I got to change and do another thing. It's not that I'm not committed. It's just that I
Yeah,
have to.
4 years later is like it's not the same old thing. It's
Oh
something
yeah,
new, something
it's
different, something. Yeah,
a whole different world.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's true. It's been
yeah.
4 years. at the end of October be me 4 years living out here. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
it's completely different now.
Mm-hmm.
My life has changed a lot in these last 4 years. It's just me, even just being out here, let alone just how moving to Jersey and moving out here has changed me. Just me being out here alone has changed a lot. So,
Mm,
mhm.
that's a lot. That's a lot. I've been in, I don't know. I don't know how you do it, but you do it and you do it well.
Yeah,
You do.
I think it's it's funny. Rest in peace to Kobe, but Kobe was I was watching an interview he was doing, and he was like he had a training program or something he had to do for basketball, and it was pretty intense. Kobe was known for being a workaholic, and even for him, he was like, "Dang, I don't know if I really want to do this," but he was like, "No, I can't back out of it. I signed a contract with myself, and I gotta stick it through." And that's essentially
Mm-hmm.
what I did moving out here. Like I was just said, when I decided to, like, that whole year before me moving out here, I was like, I don't care what happens, I'm moving to California. And now that I'm here, I don't care what happens, I'm staying here. There's no that fell on my face, I gotta move back home. It's not even, I can fall on my face 20 times, I'm still gonna stay out here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's hard to hear. It's hard to hear, but that's my mentality, and that's just, and that's how I'm able to do this. You know what I mean? That's the
mm-hmm.
reason. If that's the question, that's the answer. It's because I signed that contract with myself. So yeah, I could have been went
Okay.
back home. You know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Definitely. Well, you have sustained yourself. You have, you tried living with somebody and it just was like not you.
mm-mm. Yep.
So, that to be in California and to, do what you are doing and have done, I think it's great. I've been out there. I mean, I see how you operate. I know what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I
Yes,
love California. It's beautiful.
it's nice. I'm
I
at.
told you if I came, I'd just be a beach bum.
Mm,
It'd be like, where's mom? She's on the beach.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
discovered it. I don't even really care for the beach, but I just discovered there's a beach like right like 10 minutes away. Like I could go down the street, make a right, make a left, go straight, you're at the beach. Literally.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's nice too. It's
I
pretty nice.
I wish I had known that when I was there because that's where I would have been.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely do like the beach, the sand, and all that. We
I love
went to the
it.
lake a lot, all that. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Me and my
I
dad don't care
do.
for it.
Yeah, I've always loved it. Even, before I even got here to Jersey. So
Yeah.
it just made it. But, for years I was here and didn't really get to enjoy it.
Hmm.
So, but I don't I mean, I can't say I didn't enjoy it because we went more to the lake.
Yeah.
The only reason we went more to the lake because I just felt like the lake was safer. But looking back, I actually think the beach was safer.
The beach was safer.
I think the beach is safer
Yeah.
than the lake.
The beach was
Yeah.
for sure safer.
Yeah.
Cleaner.
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cleaner, the water is ever moving, the
Hmm.
lakes. I mean, there is moving lakes, but it's not like it's just nothing like the beach. I
Right.
love the smell. I
Hmm.
love the sound, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
The lake just kind of feels like you're at the woods and there's water there. That's no, actually that's literally what a
Hmm.
lake is. It's the woods.
Yeah.
And look, there's water. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you remember when you went to the lake and you you punctured your chin?
Yeah, you want to snitch on somebody
Jesus.
and tell what happened, or I won't snitch, but you could if you want to.
What do you mean snitch? That you punctured your chin. What happened?
Yeah,
You was on the
how did that happen?
weren't you playing on the monkey bars or something that was out there? What happened?
Is that how it happened?
All I remember is we were on our way home,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Uh-huh.
And you had just a little bit of a blood spot, and I wiped it, you know, and I kept wiping it. And I, had put a little pressure on it, but it wasn't like it was just streaming,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, we got home, and a couple of hours later, it's still that fresh little piece of just blood, just steady. And then I said, "Come here, let me look at this." And I looked at it and examined it, and I just kind of wiped it, and I pulled it open, and like tissue, like fat particles just went. It was just, and then it was just hanging out. I was like, "Oh my God."
Uh-huh.
So, so I just kind of banded you up. I felt like your whole chin was just gonna, I mean, it was just like, it was so weird. It just, fat just came out.
Uh-huh.
And so I took it to the doctors, took it to the emergency room. Actually, I took it to the emergency room, and we were sitting in there. And of course, I had a little, it still was just not bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you did it.
Yeah. I
I
had always
don't.
thought
You
that.
you got you got a stitch in it though. They stitched you up.
Hmm.
You got like it really was just one stitch,
Did they take
literally.
did they take whatever it was out?
Yeah, they cut the little fat whatever out off and then stitched it.
Okay, so the story that I thought happened was that we were at the lake. I remember this too. Like came and would like throw us into the lake, and I was
Mm-hmm.
scared. But then I was like, let me go ahead and do it. So he threw me into the lake, and when I went into the lake, there was a nail in the lake, and I landed, and it went into my chin.
Really?
That's what I
No,
thought happened. But I guess not.
no, nothing. I never even knew that you were even bleeding or anything. You never even said anything that something punctured you, or I just noticed it there.
Hmm. So I was
I
just
had
acting normal,
no,
like it was nothing even.
yeah, like nothing.
Yeah, sounds about right. That's
Was
okay. Well,
nothing.
we got that cleared out. Sorry, Kevin.
All this.
This whole time I thought that was his fault.
No, I thought because they had monkey bars out there, they had whatever.
Mhm.
James, what happened? I don't even think you even knew you were bleeding.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's the only. Yeah,
Yeah.
you sure you got something you want to tell me?
No, I think I thought that was a story. I thought that
Yeah,
was a
well, that's
story. Yeah. Well.
whether you got it from him throwing you in there or not. I don't know.
Well. I think
Because how could a nail, if he's throwing y'all in the water? I don't know, James. I
because you're.
honestly.
Listen, I weighed like 20 pounds when I was like 6. So he probably threw me in there. I'm just ragdolling around. I probably landed right on my chin. Like that's very possible. But like
Yeah,
your
it
story,
is.
I mean, you was there, and
Yeah.
your story sounds about right. Because I think I remember that too. Now that you said it about the monkey bars, I probably fell weird and got up and
No,
thought nothing of it.
I
Yeah,
have
but
no idea. I just know I saw, we were at some point coming home or whatever. I noticed it, just wiped it off.
mm-hmm.
Didn't think nothing of it. Saw it again,
Mm,
wiped it off. Like it never was just bleeding. It just all like when I wipe it, another little fresh, would come.
yeah.
And then I just said, "Come here, let me look at it." And I did like that, pulled it apart and just came out.
Mm,
And that was it.
yeah. Remember my ankle got bitten and we had
Oh my God. Yes, do I
to go to
remember?
the hospital. That's the thing about me. There be something clearly wrong with me, and then I would say nothing, and it's like, all right,
You
well,
don't say nothing.
maybe I should maybe I should do something about this. No,
So it was just a little scratch on you. It was like a little, I don't know, bite,
mm-hmm,
right? So I'm
yeah,
looking at it and I'm like, okay. That was one day. Then the next day it was like a little swollen.
mm-hmm,
And then the next day you was limping.
yeah. This like, nigga, why you
And
limping?
then it's then it's warm to touch. It was all, it was you were it didn't look as bad as you were limping.
Right.
It was warm and
Mm-hmm.
it was swollen. So I called the doctor and said, well, he went from from just Mom, look at this, to limping,
Yeah,
within a couple of days. And your doctor, Dr. Dearden, rest in peace,
yeah,
which was your doctor,
yeah.
from the day I laid eyes on you,
Mm-hmm.
he said, take him to the hospital because it could be an infection. And if it goes to the bone, we'll have to amputate his foot. And I was like, so,
uh,
and you were in the hospital for what?
like 3 days,
Uh,
I think.
3 days,
Mm-hmm.
living your best life,
It was so great. I did not want to leave. Oh my god, I
living
had a
your
button
best.
to call them for anything. The TV was right there. People were sending me gifts. I was like, oh my god, they'll treat me like this at home. So, like,
Living your best life.
yep.
Yep. Between me and your dad staying there with you. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What more could I ask for? I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
But you never broke a bone, or you just,
just had mishaps.
mhm.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot of them.
not
What
a
else?
lot,
What's
but
something
like,
else?
yeah.
You slipped on the grape.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I was so mad. I ain't eat grapes for like a whole year.
Was it grapes?
It was a
Grapes and
grape.
grape. It
It was
was
a
a
grape.
grape.
Yeah, it was a grape. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. Well, we can't go through all our life stories. We gotta save some for next time. But
mm.
we can wrap it up. Um, guys, thanks for listening. I'm happy to be back. I got no
There you go. Yep.
cheers. Are
To
you
my
drinking
birthday.
alcohol, mother?
No, it's just orange juice and
Oh,
ice. Yeah.
orange juice and ice. See, you're just
Orange juice on ice.
you're just like
What?
me. I'm not. I do not care to. Well, I'm just like you. I do not really care to drink like that. I think I'm gonna like stop for like a year and not drink nothing at all and see how I feel. Probably the same because I really don't drink, but like, yeah,
Well,
I'm
I had my two dancing girls earlier today, so
yeah, you know what I mean. It's not like, oh my god, it's my birthday.
no.
Right, yeah. So, yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We're back. I do not want to take another hiatus like that again. I want to keep going and going and growing and making a podcast and sharing our bond with the world like we are and encourage people my age, just because you're adult, that you can still have a great relationship with your parents and vice versa. Just because your kids are grown doesn't mean we don't need you and we don't need your love and guidance still. So I just wanted to spread that. We want to spread that to the world.
Yeah, we
Yep.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I want my son to come home and he's all the way in California and he don't listen to anything that I say anymore. No, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to be able to be in communications, with you and talk so freely, and me to just allow you to be the man that you are and becoming, you know.
Yep.
It's beautiful, watching it, and just, I just can't wait to see where you're going.
Yep. There'll be more in store, and I want the podcast to shift into just having just conversations just like that about our personal lives, and you'll know and they'll know, whoever listens and tunes in. So there's more to come. Like I said, this version of James is ending soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Okay.
All right,
Yes.
Mom, I'll let you go. I love you. Enjoy
Love
your
you
day. Happy birthday
too.
again.
Thank you. I love you too. And I will talk to you soon.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Mom. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Love
Bye.
you.